if you ask me right now at this point in time, the Eagles are dominating the off season. Um, they were already a solid team. Um, they had the number one ranked front seven, and if I can remember correctly, let me go ahead and pull it up. I believe they had a top five offensive line as well. Just give me a few seconds to pull this up real quick. Let me see. So according to Pro Football Focus, at the end of week 17, the Eagles had the number 5 ranked offensive line, which is that's not bad at all. Um, you already have Alshon Jeffrey, who, let me go ahead and pull up his stats real quick. Last season, he only had 843 yards, which isn't bad. The year before that, he had 789 yards. But if you look at the playoffs, 2017 when he won the ring, 3 games he had 219 yards, and in 2018 he had, in 2 games, 145 yards. Alshon Jeffrey is one of those guys who's just, he's not Antonio Brown, he's not a Julio Jones, but he's just a really, really solid wide receiver. A really solid wide receiver. And with the addition of Desean Jackson, someone who can take the top off of the defense. He's a burner. If you miss one step, you're going to lose him, and this could potentially be a 50 or 60 yard touchdown just because you slipped or he lost you on a route. And looking at his stats, he only had 774 yards last year. 2017 he had 668 yards. 2016 he had 1,005 yards. And he did play with Mike Evans last year, who's another really, really solid wide receiver. But one thing you have to keep in mind is, if you look at the offensive line rankings for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they were ranked number 20. And for someone like Desean Jackson, who's known for taking the top off of the defense and just basically saying, hey, I'm faster than you, I'm going to run right past you, my quarterback's going to throw me the ball, and I'm going to get a touchdown. With them being ranked number 20th on the offensive line rankings according to Pro Football Focus, he really didn't have enough time to do what he does best. But him being traded to a team like the Eagles, who's ranked, or who has the 5th best offensive line, along with Alshon Jeffrey and a really, 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 really solid tight end, Zach Ertz, this is just going to free him up even more, to where the defense has to make a decision to where, okay, are we going to key in on Alshon Jeffrey? Are we going to key in on Zach Ertz? Or are we going to try to stop Desean from breaking out the top of the defense and going for a 60 or 50 yard touchdown? Looking at Zach Ertz stats from last year, he had 1,163 yards and a catch percentage of 74%. So the Eagles, they've added Malik Jackson, they've added Desean Jackson, they're getting back Carson Wentz, really solid front seven, really solid offensive line. If this team can stay healthy, they might be right back in the Super Bowl.